Yes, phone was lost. Like, just count it as a loss. Probably packaged up and sold on the black market as a bundle deal. Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. So yes, I know things look a little different in the background. I am in a hotel. So I'm still in New York, yes, but I had the opportunity to move to a hotel, which I was super excited about. So I'm out of my co-living space. I'm in a hotel. I have my king size bed, chilling out. So yeah, if you missed that little snippet that I shared on IG about it, then I'm sorry. But yes, I'm still in New York. So also, funny story. A little while ago, I was taking an Uber. I left my car parked and I decided to take an Uber, and I left my phone in the Uber. So yes, phone was lost. Like, just count it as a loss. Probably packaged up and sold on the black market as a bundle deal. iPhone with a case and a pop socket. So I upgraded my phone. I had the iPhone 10 at that time, and now I just got the 11. So I figured because I had to get a new phone, I would film an updated what's on my iPhone video. So that's what today's video is. If you missed that from the title as well, of course, let's get into it. So as you guys can see, I have the iPhone 11. I just needed a phone, you guys. It was such a huge ordeal that I had to go through trying to make my way back to where I was staying. Then I had to go through the whole like Apple situation, getting the phone, the curbside pickup for the phone, like all of this, you guys. It was so much. I was just like, get me a phone. So I got the 11. So my home screen here, as you guys can see, it is still a picture of King Kling Beach from Bali. Just love Bali. Love it so much. So we're going to get into what I have on my phone, some of my favorite apps in particular as a nurse and a nurse practitioner student. In particular, those are some things that I want to highlight and show you guys, and then just some little like fun apps that I have as well to pass the time. So I am going to put my phone here and let's jump into it. So the first thing you guys see is my main home screen. Like you guys see right now, I have a marbly style background. I've always had this background. I literally just downloaded this off of Pinterest and I made it my wallpaper screen. I try to keep more of like a cleaner style aesthetic. It's something that I like to go for. So all of your standard apps, of course, starting from the very top left, working over your calendar, the weather, the clock, all of that. So we'll just go into some of my actual folders because I try to keep everything in folders. So, so my photography folder, I have in particular Camera Connect. That's what I use with my main filming camera. Like when I'm filming with on now, my Canon M50. It has its own app, so that's how I'm able to take pictures and things without having to have someone do it for me. The camera has its own Wi-Fi source, so connecting the camera to the phone uses the Camera Connect app. I have Canva and Lightroom. That's how I kind of create thumbnails and do some editing and things like that. And then my DJI Osmo Pocket has to connect as well from the Pocket to the phone using its own app. So I always try to keep anything photography, camera, photo type related in this folder here. So then moving over to the far right in the utilities folder, these are things that I really don't need all the time. If I go into settings for the phone or my Apple Watch, my car has its own app as well. So that's the Chevrolet app. And then I also have the Sydney Health app as well. That is the Anthem insurance. So that's how I am able to access my insurance card on my phone. So then we go down, starting on the fourth square on the left here, kind of in the middle. That is the shopping folder. So I keep everything in here. Rakuten, formerly known as Ebates. That is how I get cash back when I'm shopping. And I do have some affiliate links in my description box. I've always had those, so you guys can check that out down below in the description box of this video and find out how you can sign up for Ebates as well, especially if you like to shop online, which a lot of us have been doing during quarantine. Make sure you are getting your money back while you're shopping online. And then we have my business folder, which is just related to things that I have for my travel business, or anything related to like YouTube as well is in that folder. And then of course, you know, your social folder, everybody's going to have some type of social networking on their phone. So Snapchat, which I hardly ever use, I'm really not even active on Snapchat. That's probably like 2016, 2015 now. And then Instagram and Messenger, of course. And then some more YouTube stuff, of course, in my social folder. My YouTube Studio app is how I reply to comments from my phone that I get from you guys. So yeah, and then going back, I have another travel app. This is more personally for my personal travel. My airlines, all of their apps are in here. Currency converter is for if I'm in a foreign country and I need to quickly convert something to the US dollar. Lyft and Uber, just quick ways to get around. Of course, you guys know what all of those apps are. Google Translate, of course, if I'm in a foreign country and I need to quickly translate something from my language to theirs or vice versa. I've also pulled up Google Translate on my phone in the hospital setting, and if I've had a patient and the translator iPad is not available. Is it recommended? No, but people do it. Not for the translation of medical terms or anything like that, but just for a quick conversation like, do you need anything from me? How are you feeling right now? Stuff like that. I will quickly pull out Google Translate just so we can have a good conversation and I can know that things are okay. Banking folder. You guys know that's self-explanatory. All of my banking apps are in there. I bank consistently with Navy Federal and USAA, so I have those in there. My Capital One. And then for sending and receiving between friends and coworkers, if we're buying lunch or going on a group order or something like that, I do have PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. So yes, run me my money any way necessary, okay? I have all of the cash receiving apps, okay? And then LifeLock. You guys, LifeLock is very important. This video is not sponsored, but I will throw a plug in for LifeLock. I use LifeLock just to make sure that my security and my data and my identity is secure out there on the dark web, okay? So LifeLock will make sure that your credit card information is not stolen, your social security number is not being used along with your birth date and your identity basically to open up falsified accounts and credit cards and things like that under your identity. The little game folder here, I have little games in that I honestly have not played in I don't know how long, but of these I would recommend Farm Hero Saga. And I would also recommend on the back page, Egg Inc. You guys can be your own little chicken farmers and you can have your little chickens and run through and collect eggs. So yeah, it's really fun. Just watching the little chickens. It's something about just seeing the chickens run out. Let me just show you guys super quick so you can see what I'm talking about. So when you hold it down, and you're actually watching the chickens like free flowing into their little chicken coops, it's just, I don't know, something so calming about just looking at the chickens run. And so yeah, I just think it's a super cute game. So moving on. Let's get into the school category because this is what I really wanted to touch on. So Picmonic, I've talked about Picmonic so many times before. I'll link a couple videos in the card section. Really, really good for studying, helping you to remember those hard concepts or things that might not come as easy to you. So I really like Picmonic. I have that on my phone. Up to Date is really good for making sure that you know all of the up-to-date information on disease processes, the pharmacokinetics about things, just whatever it is. So I have Up to Date on here. The Outlook is my school email. I have an IV compatibility here through Micromedics. So this is going to take a second to update, so we'll just skip out of that. The Pocket ICU and the nursing, those are by Unbound Medicine. See, some of these apps I just realized I have not signed back into. So you know, once you get a new phone and everything comes back over from the cloud after you restore everything through your Apple ID, some stuff you have to log back into, so I apologize for that. But just jot these names down and look for them in the App Store. So Scannable is a good app as well. You just scan any type of document that you need, and then it automatically puts it in a PDF form and you can email it off. I've done this so many times for work and for school. I always keep Google Drive on here, the Pass CCRN app, and then the second, then when you swipe over and go to the second side, the Lab Gear is really good. It's a quick index of lab values for different systems. You can look at the kidney system. You can automatically see the creatinine clearance and see typical lab values there. You can see, you can go into the hematology system, and just whatever lab value you were looking for, you can automatically look at the hemoglobin A1C and know that it should be less than 7%. You can type it in, whatever you might be searching for. Let's say you want to look for the WBC because you just can't remember what the count should be. And there you go. You can click on it, and it will also give you not only the reference range, but a little synopsis about the WBCs, what you should be looking for differential-wise if your WBC count is high or low. So I definitely like to use the Lab Gear app. Forest, I really like that when I'm studying. I'll open this and all you do is plant trees. When you hit start, the longer you put your phone down and you're away from your phone, you're planting a tree. So it just makes you mindful of setting your phone off to the side, staying away from your phone while you're trying to study or do something productive, whatever it is, and then you're planting your virtual tree so you can come back and see how many trees you have in your forest. And then the last one here is Critical ABG, which is really good. This one is not free. I purchased this for $3.99, but you can put in all of your ABG results or your ventilator settings if you work in any type of unit that utilizes this. So I thought this was really handy. The ventilator optimization, you put in the information that you have, the respiratory rate, the tidal volume, the PCO2, and then the target, which we know what the target range should be, 35 to 45, and then it tells you how to optimize your patient's ventilator setting. Now you might be thinking, okay, well, shouldn't the MDs, shouldn't the respiratory therapists, like, shouldn't they know how to do that? Yes, they should. But it doesn't help. It doesn't hurt to know this type of information as a nurse, as a student, a nurse practitioner student, because as you're in those rounds and as you're listening, you could say, hey, well, you know, I was thinking maybe we could do X, Y, and Z to help make sure, you know, the patient's ventilating more adequately, you know, and things like that. And especially as a nurse practitioner student, for me in particular, going into acute care, this type of information is stuff that I need to know. And even here in New York, this has been particularly handy because I have had to do ventilator adjustments because RT has been nowhere to be found. Like sometimes there's 2 RTs for like 60 patients or more. So I've had to go in there and I've had to adjust my patient's FiO2. I've had to take them from 60 to 80. I've had to go, you know, back and forth. And then I'm like, hey, I just want to let you know I'm changing my patient's vent settings. I need you to put in an ABG so we can check in an hour later. Like, so knowing I have apps like this are very helpful. That's it. That is what's on my phone. Every time I have my phone in my hand, you guys can know now what is on my phone. So yes, I just wanted to really kind of highlight some of my favorite apps as far as being in the medical profession as a nurse and nurse practitioner student in general. Also wanted to highlight a couple little games that I like, and that's it, you guys. I always like to watch what's on my phone videos. I like to see how people organize their phones. I like to see the layout of people's phones, their little wallpapers and things like that. They're just videos that I like to watch. So if you guys have enjoyed this video, leave me your thoughts and comments down below in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel on your way out. And as always, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.